And hi,
Oh.
everyone! Oh no, lock these guys. I don't want to see those. Alright, everyone locked in place. Are we all good? Are we all happy? Are we all safe?
We have a little mess up between Devin and Ash.
Oh.
How would what?
I
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's
unless I thought Ash was
They're
Ash, but you
swapped.
could also be Ash.
Okay, you're right there, Devin. We're just gonna take you. We're just gonna shimmy you over here. We're gonna just take this little guy. Well, and we're gonna try to lock Devin in place. Stay right there, Devin. Don't go anywhere, please. And we're gonna put you right there. Thank God we're recording all this so we can always see our mistakes for future occurrences. Hi, everyone.
There we go.
Welcome to our session 0 of Fatebound, Embracing Fate. This is going to be a introductory look at what Fatebound is. Oh my gosh. And the scary Furby in the corner. So, to start things off, first, hi, my name is Del Toro. I am here to act as your storyteller for the evening and to be the one to introduce you all to Fatebound, which is our upcoming or our currently ongoing backer kit experience that is out right now. We'll be dropping the links to the backer kit at the break. But this session's just gonna be dedicated to character creation, a little bit of lore tidbits, and throughout the story, we're going to take the opportunity to drop lore, talk about our characters, talk about the magic system, all from a in-game setting in an in-game way. We're gonna be expositioning. But I'm gonna try to make sure to prepare my players so that they can also do some expositioning about themselves. And the best part of exposition, is introductions. So why don't we go ahead and get started? I'm gonna start with the person to my left right now, which is our dear friend, Devin. Would you like to please introduce yourself? Haha.
Oh no, I didn't know I was on your left. Anyway, so hi, I'm Devin Walker. I don't know what to say other than
I knew I was doing this to you too.
I know, right? I play a lot of tabletop role-playing games. I run a couple of games myself. I'm actually first time streaming ever, and my normal day job, I guess, is being a stuntman. Yeah.
You guess? Well, yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's everything to know about me.
It's a lot of cool things to know, frankly. Ronnie, would you like to go next? Just what's your name, who you is, things that you may want to, like, talk about yourself for. Ronald, we can't hear you. Yeah.
No, we can't.
Yeah. No.
Well then, if you're not going to participate, Daisha, you can go.
Hi, I'm Daisha, or Quo, or Raven. I'm the Erie Games social media manager, network person. If you've seen any of our streams, you've probably seen me on here. I like playing ttrpgs with my friends, and this is gonna be awesome, because I haven't played this one yet.
Yes. Ronnie, do you want to participate now? No, you evidently don't. I don't know what you have done to make us deserve this. But Kristen, why don't you go next?
They just wanted to go last. They're just being an attention.
Yeah, I know. The dramatics here.
So dramatic. Main character, am I right? My name's Kristen. You've seen me on stream before. I sometimes do the video game one, and I played, I think, a Survivor Sorority. That's about it. I don't do anything.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that I'm not like... Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Get that
Do you mute Ronnie?
I did not. But I needed to make sure that I have not. My dear friend Ronnie, love of my life. I don't know what else to say. Aside from
a Furby.
Yeah, actually a Furby. Their name is not Ronnie, it is Furby.
No, I'm Ronnie now.
Yay. But Ronald is also one of our playtesters for Fatebound, so they will be helping us out a lot, guiding us along the way. But no matter what, if we're like stumped up on a rule, we may push forward and say, "Hey, this is what we're gonna rule with. We'll move forward. We'll talk about it afterwards and get things going." Um, the one thing that we're not going to go in depth into talking about during the stream, but I will bring up at the start of this. Still can't hear you.
Nope.
Leave,
Yep.
Ronnie. Leave us.
King.
And maybe come back.
Okay.
Whoa, wait.
Yeah, we heard it for like
Yeah,
a
we
hot
heard you
sec.
first. Yeah.
You heard me?
Yeah,
we
he
did.
I hear you now.
Ah, yay!
All you had to do was be banished.
Damn. My name is Ronnie. I am in the playtest for Fatebound. I play RPGs occasionally. I peruse in them. I think that's about all we need to know right now.
It is a good deal of what we need to know, and it'll help us out along the way.
Did I do a good job?
You did perfect. I love you every single day. You can never hurt the image that is in my heart.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes. So, as I was mentioning, one thing that we're not going to get into here, but I will bring up at the top, is here within Eerie Games, we like to make use of safety tools. The two of which that we will be making use of for the stream are our lines and veils, as well as the X card. Starting off every game, I would like to make sure that we all give a good old X, so we are all reminded how to use the X card. At any point, if the X card is thrusted up or shouted out loud, we pause the scene, we reassess, we talk about it, and if need be, we move past it or retcon it completely. We're here to have safe, we're here to have a fun time. And despite horror gaming, even if we want to be terrified, we still want to have fun. Secondly, we have discussed lines and veils. I don't know if everybody got me their lines and veils completely. I have some of your lines and veils. We won't be picking out anyone in the crowd just yet. But we will.
It's gonna be the same.
I know. But we will be basically I'll have those in the background. They'll be helping me guide my creative process. And for those who don't know, and unfortunately I don't have the names of the creators like immediately right in front of me, but I can get you those creators just after this. Lines and veils work such as for a veil, this is a topic or content that you would be alright having in your game. However, it is not a main subject of the game. It is something that may be alluded to or talked about off screen, but not specifically within the active gameplay. Lines are your hard nose, things that you do not want to see in gameplay, that will not be discussed, and we don't want to deal with. I myself have come forward with my lines and veils, because there's some shit that, I don't want to talk about it. So no point in bringing it up in a game. Safety
we do have a safety measures guide available on our website in the download section, and it does have the names of the people who authored these methods.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. And we'll be sending some links out for those momentarily. But goodness gracious. That's names. That's intros of our players. We do have one additional player. They're just running a little bit late. If they get to us, they get to us. If not, we will talk about their character at the top of our first session. But let's talk a little bit about Fatebound. Fatebound is... How do you describe Fatebound? You're teenagers. You're witches. And your goals in life, or at least the goals that have led you here, are to become fates. Fatebound. Now, what are fates? Fates are... Well, they're the might of the Witches' Council. They're the might of witchdom. They're the defenders of witchdom. When wayward witches, or apostates, or those who wish to seek harm in the world come forth, The Fates are there to answer them. They are the ones who will defend the council's will and bring those who have committed those crimes to justice. But we are not playing Fates. We are playing the Fatebound. Those who have come to Aetheria Academy to train, to work together. Aetheria Academy is a lovely school. The most apt way to describe it is a military school for young witches, where they will be trained up in the proper methodology. The founding words, which are words to live by: balance above all, justice without bias, mercy tempered by wisdom. Which we'll be getting deeper.
In other words, live, laugh, love.
Oh, God.
Precisely. That's exactly what those mean. Sorry, Scott. We're changing the game. But these are the words that these young Fatebound will live by. This is not a school for the faint of hearted. This is a school designed to test your will, to put you in places where you're going to have to make the rough decision. And because of that, and some of you may not make it to the end of the campaign. Dun, dun, dun. But we're going to have fun while we get there. And I actively encourage you all to make characters not with the end goal in mind, but make characters that you want to play in this wonderful world. The world of Witchdom is wild and varied, of note. And you know what? We'll go ahead and start at the top of the character sheet, which I will have to discuss at later times whether we can share that character sheet with the rest of the crowd. But the start of our little student record is... Oh, God. It's names, but we're not going to talk about names because those are the hardest things to talk about, right? Yep. Okay, cool. Some of us do have names. I have none. I am everyone. I am eternal.
Name generator.
So let's start off with the second thing within our character sheets: gender. Now, although we label ourselves as Witchdom, not Witchbound, and like the Witches' Council, that is a general term, and I love magic systems who gladly say, magic systems lores that always just go ahead and say, like, it's witches. We're not using the male form warlock, it's just witches. And I'm like, hell yeah. However, it does not bar males, non-binaries, those on the other ends of the gender spectrum. So, now I ask all of you, have you thought about what genders you would like to play? And are some of us willing to share? Ronald, would you be willing to share with us right now?
I'm not really married to any one gender for my character right now. I'll see what happens. I know typically in this setting that there's more female witches than male and etc. So if there's not any girls in our group, I'll slap a girl in there. A girl in there. But not really up to whatever everybody else is doing.
What about our other players? What are some ideas? Is anyone married to a gender right now?
Not exactly.
Like a sweet southern girl kind of thing going is what I'm going for.
I have a gender depending on which background I choose, actually. Because I had a firstborn idea that I wanted them to be like mask presenting. And then I had a hereditary that I wanted them to be male.
And so, why don't we hop into the... and I'll actually ask the group, and ask Ronnie in particular, would we want to draw our arcanas first? Or wait till afterwards?
I think you can make the judgment call there.
How fucking dare you?
How dare you make decisions as a DM?
Yeah.
I think that's DM says whatever happens goes there, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Hmm.
Okay,
He
so
wants to make a decision right now.
everyone grab your tarot decks. I'm going to make you all suffer a little bit because I'm going to ask you all to find your major arcana within your tarot decks.
I don't have one.
Devin.
Sorry, teacher. I didn't come to class with my my subject. Sorry.
So this deck of cards that I had in order,
that
I
has,
could
like,
have
just the majors
left in
somewhere.
order.
You
And
want
you could've
just the
told me.
major arcana?
To leave in order, so I could've just
Yes.
pulled
The
major
alternative
arcana.
is we just pull and we go with basically elements, and from elements we will decide upon the major from there.
No,
So
it's too late. I'm already pulling out my major arcana.
Oh,
you
no,
better,
okay, never
you
mind.
better, you all better do this now. I've
while
already
you
started.
all suffer through that, I will go ahead and take some time to describe what the heck is going on. Eerie Designer. What?
Consider title.
Oh my god, who's that guy? I don't know that guy. Draw first. Who let that guy into the chat?
Kick him out.
Kick him out. Mods, get him.
You're so right. Let me ban you 1 sec.
Like,
We'll put you on a 15-minute timeout.
I'm out.
So,
Now.
How many major arcana should I have just to make sure I actually have them?
22?
22.
3, 4.
Now what the players are doing, each character is going to have their own particular major arcana, and that speaks directly to them. So whenever they do draw such a card, some additional effects will occur. In addition to that, we then have our minor arcanum that we identify through. Now, those in particular are cups, sword. You know, I can never remember these off the top of my head. Wand, and then pentacles. How they line up: cups to water for elementals, swords to air, wands to fire, and then finally pentacles to earth. Additionally, whenever you draw within your minor arcanum, you're going to get an additional success for your draws as well. So, now our players, if players are ready, and if Devin has a random number generator,
I found a tarot deck thing that allows me to draw 1 card online. So
hey,
There you go.
and I got Queen of Swords.
no. You're going to have to find a major arcana within there, so you're going to have to find one of the fancy cards with fancy card names.
Click away.
What about our other players? Have we succeeded?
Let's see. I'm not
Let me
gonna look
shuffle.
at it. What is it? The
I see boobs. The lovers.
boobs out the gate on the stream.
Well,
From me.
Oh, wow.
we've been streaming now for at least 25 minutes, so we can start cursing. Chat, go wild.
Eerie Designer, I was joking. I'm not gonna mute you. I know that it's you. It was a joke. But thank you for the heads up.
I got the High Priestess.
Praise be. Oh yeah, I should read things off to you guys. So, by selecting the High Priestess, you have ended up in the miscellaneous category. That's about where you are, right?
Oh.
Wonderful.
Is that air?
No, the High Priestess, at least in what I'm looking at, is goodness. Spirit. Haha.
I got
have to
Wheel
look
of
at that a
Fortune.
little bit. For our Wheel of Fortune, da-da-da-da, as I frantically look over my list. Hey. So, and then lovers in our Dear Water category.
I love it.
All right. And Devin, how you doing over there?
I think I figured it out.
Let me hear it.
Okay, so I had 2 of Swords.
Ooh.
So Major Arcana is air.
So the minor arcana for the 2 of Swords would be air.
Oh, okay.
And if you would like, we can go based off of that. And then, damn, no, that's not what I was saying there. Shoot. If you could now pick a number between 1 and 5.
3.
3. Justice is your major arcana.
Okay.
Let me shuffle my cards back in my deck.
Yes, as we allow everyone to do some shuffling back in place. But
For Devin, who's a cheater.
What?
Oh my god.
Devin, shuffle the internet back in place. Defragment
Alright, hold on,
your
just
computer.
Just
Let
refresh.
me just
No.
grab this for a second.
Yeah, shake your computer
Oh,
real
no.
quick.
Shake the
I'll fix it.
Uh,
I'm a computer science major. I know
It's
this.
like an etch-a-sketch, right? Like,
Yeah, you just shake it.
already loving the chaos gremlins that we have in our troop. I love you all dearly.
We're very calm. I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm.
Vadacom. Up next is our backgrounds. Our witches come from a variety of different backgrounds in life. Right now, we will discuss 4 in particular. The backgrounds. There's a multitude of backgrounds, which represent among Fatebound. I already said that. All right, let's get deep into it. We have hereditary witches. The most common witches, both in and out of Aetheria, whether from a great house or a small one, are born into families of witches. They are steeped in the lore and customs of witchdom. There then are fae-blooded. You are descended from the pairing of a witch and fae. The pairing was centuries ago at best, but the blood of the fae still burns within your family. Demonic. Similar to fae-blooded, someone in your family at some point ages past mated with a demon, and that blood still flows in your bloodline. And lastly are our firstborn. More common than hereditary would have you think, firstborn are those born a witch in a family of mortals. They are the rarest background at Aetheria because they lack the connections to get into the academy. Though less schooled in the lore, custom, and history of witches, their power should not be dismissed out of hand, for good or bad. Circle magic flows strongly through them. And now I ask our players, have we thought about which backgrounds we would like to play? We'll just go around in a circle real quick and just see if we have a nice varied spread. Kristen.
I was hoping firstborn.
Devin.
Demonic.
Heck yeah.
Ronnie.
Fae-blooded.
Okay. And Daisha.
I wanted hereditary, so look at that.
Nepo.
Perfect. We love a Nepo baby.
Sorry.
I'm not gonna make a joke right now. Wonderful. Cool. I think this is a good point, at least, to sit down and discuss a little bit about who our players are, and who we at least thought about these characters. So, Devin, would you like to take some time to just describe what you were thinking about for your demonic-blooded witch?
So my concept was something rather simple, where they are of demonic background. They have something to kind of prove because of that. More of trying to escape their own conceptions. The conceptions people put onto them. I'm not 100% sure how in this world people see, those of demonic background, but if they're, seen as more violent or more aggressive, it's somebody trying to live outside of that expectation and prove themselves as a greater witch through that.
Which I think it's a wonderful thing to start describing. What does a demonic blooded witch look like? I'm going to take a moment to mention that. There are those of demonic ancestry. Those of demonic ancestry bear physical marks of it in and around their eyes. They all possess amber or red-colored eyes and have dark markings around each eye. Devin, would you also like to describe the additional detail, the bane specifically, of your demonic witch?
Yes, actually, she will have the Devil's Mark, and for one of those is a demonic signature that is present whenever you see them, and this one would be that whenever they speak, they bellow out sulfuric smoke out of their mouths, and so wear a mask, a face mask to cover it up, and they speak very little, try to stay very calm, and not really show that part of themselves off.
Because they're considerate.
Yes.
Not to get
Yes.
political in here immediately. Wear your mask. um,
You could see the cloud
Oh,
where it
no.
goes.
oh, I don't know if
If
that would be
everybody remembers
better or
this.
worse for people in life if we could always see their breath coming out of their mouth, just continuous
Mm-mm.
plumes. No? Dislike? Okay, that's fine.
No.
No, the less you know, the better about that.
It's only fun in winter for like 5 seconds.
Valid. And so let's take a little moment to also mention. So, in addition to basically deciding upon your background, each background has their own unique bonds and boons, in addition to some additional magic details on top of that. For right now, we'll just make mention of our bonds and boons before we move on to the next section, which will be specifically our like magics that we can actually work with. Have you thought about the boon of your character?
Yes, actually, and it kind of ties into their Devil's Mark, which is Hellfire. Being able to
Oh yeah.
blast out Hellfire at will, which is really, really cool. You start with Dark Fire, regardless of circle, and I was going to tie that into their breath. Like, it's not just for show that it's sulfurically smoking, like they can actually breathe out that fire, that hellfire onto others if they truly wanted to.
Very evocative, and so unwilling to speak that entire time. I wonder if that will come into play.
Mhm.
Fatebound is not only a game about, like, hey, we're going to go off and become fates. It's also, we're going to go and try to survive school. And so this campaign will center around, what is it? The young witchdom hierarchy within Aetheria Academy itself. And should you fall out of favor, well, it makes it much more fun for me. But also makes it... You know what? Frankly, you get your sad boy angst no matter what. Because, like, now you're a loner. You're... I completely forgot Breakfast Club characters, but you're on the fringe of society now. Nobody judge me.
Oh no.
Oh no, I'm totally judging you over here.
Please do. Is it farts? No, you monster.
Totally farts.
Yeah.
It's just sulfurous. I was about to say it's on the sillier side, but it does mean that, like, if you did have a gassier friend, you would be a great pairing because,
Just to keep me around.
yeah,
They wouldn't tell.
No.
nobody will know. Terrible, terrible, terrible.
That's
Your friend is
amazing.
lactose intolerance bestie.
Yay! Kristen, could you please describe your firstborn a bit more?
Yes. So my firstborn, I had the idea that they were kind of from like a neglectful family. They have older siblings that have disconnected from the family, like just completely cut off, and she was kind of like the last one left. And once she was kind of had access to like an escape, she immediately took it. And that's kind of the vibe that I was going for her. And that means the boon that I picked for her was Wild Surge, because I feel like she kind of lives in like a fight or flight type of energy. She's kind of just like trying to like survive day to day around like neglectful family and like just when she's on her own. And the bane that they have is unbound because that's all I can have.
Would you like to briefly describe what Unbound is for our witchdom, if you have that available to you?
I do have that available to me because I looked it up because I was like, what does this mean? So all spell failures draw on the spell failure table. Which also means, where's this table? Let me find the table. So, on the spell failure table, you draw, and based on the major arcana, I don't know, is it if you get a major arcana, or do you only draw your major?
I believe it is based on the major arcana, but we will check that out. Yep.
What's the question?
The one
I'm asking about how does the spell failure table work, Miss Playtester?
Oh, you wouldn't need to worry about that. That's the GM's thing.
Okay.
Read up.
Well, so it is based off the card. So anytime that you fail, you're going to be drawing on the spell failure table. For most other players, they will not be drawing on the spell failure table immediately with each fail. It is only when it is below a certain threshold.
Do you want me to explain what my boon is?
Yes, please.
So Wild Surge. So if the firstborns can choose between 3 boons. They're all wild magic of sorts. You can either do wild casting, wild surge, or wild empathy. Wild casting, I believe it's like you don't get a penalty for quick casts. Wild empathy is you can communicate with like magical creatures essentially, and they might help you. And the one that I picked, Wild Surge, is in times of stress or high emotion, I draw a card, and if a major arcana, wild magic surges around me, replenishing my mana, but also altering my abilities temporarily. The major arcana pulled will dictate how the wild magic interacts with you and whatever is going on.
Really cool.
Yeah, we got some creative.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So I thought that would be a nice fight or flight type of skill set for her to have.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I love. Up next, Daisha, would you like to go?
Sure. Okay, so my girl is, I'm thinking like the 13-year-old version of Elle Woods from Legally Blonde, except with the singular brain cell of an orange cat. She's just really good at people and really sweet, but kind of dissy. Not all the way there all the time. Family, so I think my bane is gonna be whichever one is where people body. Legacy.
Oh.
Your family has impossibly high expectations of you. You are destined for greatness in their eyes, and family members are constantly in your business, ensuring you are making the right choices. I don't think that Miss Charlotte Mabel Ann Broussard would actually really want to be here, but she has to be here because this is her job as her only family member of her generation.
Perfection.
I guess I need a boon.
You do need a boon.
The ancestors bond. I feel like she probably linked onto an ancestor that actually she feels like kind of gets her, and everyone else in her family is super judgmental. So that's, I think, what we're gonna go with. Oh, the ancestors bond says you can communicate with a deceased ancestor, gain their wisdom and guidance. While they seek to aid you, they may also have their own agendas, prejudices, and may not approve of your choices. Once per session, you may make a draw to communicate.
Beautiful. And best part of all, it gives a new NPC for us to play with.
You're welcome.
Yes.
For you to play with.
Yeah. More work for you.
Yeah, well, we're gonna even that out. We'll make sure that we all get to play. And lastly, Ronnie, would you please like to describe your character?
Sure. So My character's background is going to be just like the background you want, or do you want like the Boon and Bane?
We'll go with the background first, and then we'll talk about the Boon and Bane. So just like a
Sure.
background, be character description, and then we'll hop into Boon Bane.
Okay, so I have a name for my character. It's gonna be I'll have be he him. It's gonna be Clovis Mathermay, and he's gonna be generally an outgoing yet secretive kid. He's perpetually embarrassed, and he lays in bed every night going over all of his regrets from the day before. Um, he loves alien media, anything to do with aliens. He has kind of longer hair to hide AirPods, so like if he's in class, he will try to listen to an alien podcast. Um, he is a Fatebound because he believes this is a way for him to this is a path for him to find a way to connect with his ancestry.
Digging in deep, finding ways to improve ourselves and also learn about ourselves all at the same time. Love. Could you go ahead and describe I am gonna circle back around to, well, I believe only Kristen, but could you please describe to us actually no. Kristen, could you also describe, oh no, you mentioned coming to this academy was very much so it was a chance for escapism, frankly. Well, yes.
Yeah, because 13-year-olds can't really make it safely anywhere. So this is literally like the best place. She's like, this is the answer. Otherwise, it's just worse.
Yeah. Okay. Then Ronnie, could you please describe to us what your boon and bane is?
Sure. So I chose Fey Charm. You are bewitching, and you make social plus craft rolls to persuade, befriend, seduce others. This is a contested draw against the target's smarts and crafts as long as they are a witch. It is bad form to use these against witches, and Clovis has been told his whole life, don't do it with other people, even though you can do it. Like, don't do it. It's a bad thing. Resist the urge. Don't do it. So he does not do it, and if he would, he has deep shame about it if he does go down that route.
Oh no.
And then
Clovis has
his
a lot to
bane-
do with shame, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, no, that's his whole character.
Oh, gosh.
He also likes to talk about spirituality, like with anybody. So he's gonna be annoying his dorm mates, essentially being like at nights, like, "Hey, what's the meaning of life?"
As one does.
All right. Yeah, as one does, as like 13-year-olds do, you know.
Gosh.
So his bane is going to be alienation, and he possesses more of his Fey heritage than most of your lineage, and he is ill at ease in society, and he often feels like an outsider.
Love, love, love.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we captured a little bit of our boons, our banes, a little bit of the background of our characters. And we'll go ahead and hop into at least talking about... so the next big step is talking about our circles of magic that we engage with, the particular crafts that we engage with, and then going into our specific roles. So let me describe a little bit about what any of that means. Circle magic is much more inherent types of magic. These are ones that are within. Each character will have their own particular circle from either white, dark, or gray. And then within that, they will have individual abilities that they will then specialize in or particularly have. So starting off with circles, do we have anyone who has decided upon their circle just yet? Ronnie?
I have chosen white magic, and my circle ability will be divination, and it allows a witch to gain insight or guidance from a higher power, such as a god, spirit, or star.
Love.
And I would like to say that Clovis believes this is a star.
Perfection.
Oh.
Let's then go to Anybody else before I just pick on somebody out of the blue?
I also to do white.
Oh ho ho. There is no conflict with us doubling up. There are only 3 right now. And even if we all go for white, that'd be interesting. I'd love to see how that worked. Yes.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
So, sorry if you already said this, but you can only pick from one of the 3 and like only get circle stuff from there.
So yeah, you'll only pick either white, dark, or gray, and then you'll be choosing the particular abilities from that one. Of note, the the firstborn will actually be picking 2 starting abilities.
Ooh.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I'm
There
better.
you go.
I get no spells though. Like,
No, you're spell impoverished, unfortunately.
Spell and
I'm spell poor right now.
Spell poor. Oh. The nepotism is strong in here. Anyway.
Speaking of nepotism, Daisha. Well, Daisha's character.
Yeah. I was gonna do purify, which is allows the witch to cleanse a person, place, or object from negative influences such as curses, corruption, or evil spirit.
Well, yeah. One's out.
It's out.
One's out.
One's out.
One's out.
I have like
Beautiful.
a.
What led you to purification?
So I feel like Charlotte is she just wants to bring good vibes to people, and curses are not good vibes. We don't want that. So
Good vibes only.
getting rid of the negative energy.
Absolutely. Perfection. And Ronnie, did I ask you in particular what led you to divination or Clovis? We're gonna start using names to start remembering them. Clovis.
Yeah. I think what took me to that is because he really has this desire to learn more about his heritage and everything, and his parents aren't quite giving him all the information he needs. They just don't have it. So he's doing his best to like dig deep and explore, and I think over like contemplation of like, staring into the into the abyss of like space and everything, he kind of like this came to him in a moment,
Yeah.
and yeah,
I
I
love.
think that's what led him to it.
I'll also call out chat. Please feel free to engage in this activity as well, because I would love to see your witches in your fates by the end of this. I want to see the incoming class, and I mean, frankly, I may steal some of you as NPCs as well. So if someone would like to make a mean girl, please do so, and I will gladly take that mean girl and add her into our little freshman class. I need to populate the children. Kristen, would you like to?
Oh no!
Raising.
No.
I'm laughing because I was looking at a random name generator, and the random name it gave me was Run Free Rabbit. So I'm sorry, that's just what got me.
Oh.
Run space freak space rabbit dancer. That's the name it wanted me to be called. Anyway, I'm
Okay.
I love
we're
it.
still-
Job to say from AI
That's
right now.
amazing.
still troubleshooting. AI has not gotten there. Anyway, so just a quick question. I'm like, so is, it's not really a question. It's more so a vibe that I was feeling, and you can just let me know if it makes sense. So I was thinking that just due to the fact that due to family background and stuff, kind of angsty, like family really just, just be that way, right? I was thinking that just black magic would be kind of what she just was drawn to more. Even if not intentionally, just kind of just like what happened based on her own general mood and stuff.
Were you whispering hexes about your siblings?
I mean, it definitely wouldn't have been the siblings, it'd be the parents.
Okay.
Siblings just got out of there. Like, siblings ran away for their own safety, not for,
Mm-hmm.
like it sucks. She's upset, and she's like definitely would be. She resents their ability to be gone, but she understands, you know. But as much as a 13-year-old can, right? But definitely like. So I'm kind of between a few of them right now. I'm looking, but I'm definitely looking in the black magic.
Okay.
Probably, I think
yeah.
Shadow Step will probably be one of them, just based on like her trying to avoid like confrontation with her parents and stuff like that when she's
Shadow
like.
Step is sick.
Devin over here, like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So like kind of like dad is drunk or whatever, and she's just trying to like not be around, you know, like Shadow.
yes. Let
Just dark.
let
Oh.
the
Yeah,
drama
no.
fuel it, because that is
Yeah.
Exactly.
inherent. This is something. And why don't I also take time to like read the little. Nope. I think it's important that we try to like pull on what our character backgrounds really mean for our circle magics. These are some things that are inherent to our players. And it'll definitely lead us to where we're going. So Shadow Step is one of your abilities. You have one more. But we'll let
Yes.
Devin get a chance to talk.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm leaning. I'm not completely ready for it, but I think I'm gonna go for gray.
Okay.
Gray circle, and I think because of how this character is shaping up, I'm going to go for illusion. The
Ooh.
gray magic ability that allows the witch to create or alter the perception of reality, making things appear or disappear, or changing their shape, color, or sound. So, like, I could see, like, in a very desperate situation, like socially or like anything like that, like changing appearance to fit in more, or, you know, because of the idea
Covering the
of
sense, anything
Mhm.
possible. Oh.
Like the entire character is centered around perception
Mhm.
of their own blood lineage and what they want to be perceived as. So to give the ability to change that on a whim, I think would be very, very interesting.
I would love that so much.
So I
Okay.
think I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with illusion.
Yeah.
Talk
Let's go
myself into
for
it.
it. And Kristen, any additional thoughts or decisions?
So, I'll put this up to the class because I'm kind of between two. I'm thinking like a little bit of like angry outbursts. So I'm between corruption and Darkfire, I think. Just Darkfire just being like the general like her anger, or corruption being that anger but used in a more accidentally manipulative way, or intentionally manipulative. Who knows? Um,
I do like the sound of corruption.
Same. Same.
And I'm
All
already
right.
about to get into it.
Shadow Step and corruption. Heck yeah.
Kristen,
Yeah.
do you believe that some of your home life might have been due to your own particular abilities?
Are you saying, do you think that like her existence like may have caused the family to just be the way that they are?
Yeah, but
I would have to change some things 'cause I think I made her like significantly younger, but I don't hate that.
Hmm.
But like, how would that play into like her?
Oh, this is not setting lore. This is me asking if the character believes this.
Um, no, I think the character definitely thinks that even if it is literally her fault, the character kind of just vilifies the parents. I think she just vilifies.
Perfection.
As
Okay.
you should.
As you should, always and forever. Let me make sure I'm marking down these so that I know for future occasions. And then perfection.
I really need all of Clovis's spells to be cast like this now.
Yeah. Woo.
This is actually all the magic I have. Check it out. Optical illusion.
Ooh.
Beauty.
Oh.
Up next, why don't we go ahead and talk? We talked about it a little bit. Um, or at least some of our players have talked about a little bit, but we're going to decide upon our attributes now. These are thinking akin to other RPGs. These are your strengths, charismas, resolve, things of that nature. For Fatebound, we have 4 to select. Those being your nimble, your dexterity, your agility, your speed, smarts being your intelligence, awareness, and wisdom, your social, being your charisma and appearance, and then finally your tough being your strength and durability. I know that we heard a little bit from some of our players about it, but do we and these are going to be at basically a distribution of 3, 2, 2, 1. How successes kind of work within the Fatebound system, and we're going to go for the easiest parts of things. You're going to take an attribute, you're going to take a secondary like stat. We'll use rolls as an example right now. So I have a 3 in my tough. I have a 3 in my warrior. We're going to add those numbers together, get 6. From 6, when I draw my cards, I am looking to get a 6 or below in order to succeed on the draw.
How many of each was it again?
3, 2. Oh, sorry.
You got it. You're learning.
I was like 3, 2, 2, 1.
Yeah.
For all 4.
Yeah.
And I've already figured mine out, and it's going to be funnily awful.
Oh.
Let's hear it, Devin. Let's hear it.
So I went with nimble 2, smart 2, social 1,
Yes.
and tough 3.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful,
Like,
beautiful.
They are naturally tough and strong and stuff, but not sociable at all.
Yeah.
Understandable. Romney, do you believe you have a distribution for us?
Yes, I do. 2 nimble, 2 smart, 3 social, and 1 tough.
You are a
Don't
diary
switch
of a
at the
wimpy
end.
kin. Okay.
I was going to say, we switched the stats at the end there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm also stuck on the fact that you did describe yourself as having just like the ragged hair that like hangs down all the time. So are you dark and brooding type?
No. He's like fairly outgoing and like, you know, do all this kind of like normal kid stuff and has like a functional family and all that. But he just kind of has like deep regrets and he's very spiritual. And I guess that's apt then that he got the high priestess for spirit. So, hey, that works.
Deep regrets really start, let me tell you.
Yeah. Like, be like, hey, should I have the door open? Like, into the mess hall? I think I should. I don't know when I should have stopped holding the door. This is gonna be dumb stuff like that. Whoever is sharing a room with Clovis is going to be kept up at night by this like rambling on and on and on.
And I'm split on terms of if they're going to be gendered housing to make another. Are you? Did you decide on gender for Clovis? Was he him? I forget.
I think I'm gonna do he him. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Actually,
We'll actually decide upon that now. Do we want to have a division of gender for dorming? You're going to have 2 additional roommates.
I was going to say, from the lore and how it reads, I would say it would be gendered. Yeah.
Okay. Where the heck was I now? Oh, yes. We were doing attributes. Kristen, do you think you got a breakdown?
I think so. I'm a little torn between making my tough a 3, but right now what I have written out is nimble 3, smart 2, social 1, tough 2.
Ooh, low social.
I mean, that's generally what happens, yeah.
Yeah. For context, I've only known Kristen to play the most sociable of characters. However, regardless of if they have a social stat or not,
Yeah.
if it's -1, you'll still hear them talking the most.
I just like to yap.
We will see if that mouth gets you anywhere with these professors. Now, Daisha, do you have a breakdown for us?
Yes. Okay, so Charlotte is going to be 3 social, 2 nimble and tough, and 1 smart.
Yes.
The orangest of cats.
Yay! A very social party, though, right? Or do
Yeah.
Love.
Well, not for me.
I was about to say we have completely
What
the
not?
opposite of socials. We have very socials and not socials. We'll see if that comes into play and if we start walking over each other.
I can't wait for
Perfect.
Devin and my character to just stare at each other awkwardly.
Yep. All the time.
There you go.
Nobody being able to actually initiate the conversation, so you just sit there and quietly.
But I mean, you could still be social, you're just bad at it.
This is true.
I'm gonna talk to you, but it's gonna be weird the whole time. Please look at the rocks that I
All
just
my
brought
friendships.
Are we using the penguin system of just giving small gifts to... Okay. Also
That's
something that
legit, yeah.
persists through all of their characters.
you. Yeah, that's the only thing I know how to do as a human being, so I'm not that creative, alright?
Perfection.
Why actually try when I could just give you a rock that looks like you?
And I see some of our chatters also getting in. I see some hereditary... A brat with dark power.
Ooh.
Veruca Salt.
Oh, yeah.
Love.
Yes. Watch out for Oompa Loompas. That's all I'm saying.
It's fine. I was about to say they're not real people, but they are real people. They're from Oompa Land. A
Yes.
savage place.
There was an entire movie about it.
Yeah, I know, right? It's a documentary, frankly.
Right.
Hugh Grant is from there now. Did you hear that?
Wait, what?
Hugh Grant is from Lupaland.
Oh.
You can get a grant from Lupaland?
No.
No, Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant.
Oh, Hugh Grant!
Did you send in your essay for Lupaland?
I'm sorry, I seriously thought, I was like, wait a second. We have
No.
you can have a grant for this school
Yes,
from
yes.
Lupaland?
Sponsored by Lupaland.
I don't know how. Yeah.
The lore got
No,
real out of
Hey.
control.
They're
And if
paid.
you do not make your grades, Oompa Land is going to fully take your funding.
Deported.
You don't
That's
think
actually
about it
how
while
you
it
become an
happens.
Oompa Loompa.
Oh,
Your grades aren't
no.
good enough, you get drafted.
You gotta work in a chocolate factory for the rest of your life.
You thought those were full-grown people? No, those are just child labor. Come on, dingus.
Oh no!
Dingus, what?
Is healthcare free for Oompa Land? No.
No.
I
This is a
wanna-
dark system over there.
Yeah, no, let's not talk about that. Completely wrong system. My apologies. Goodness. Now we're gonna talk about The Craft, the movie, 1995, I think.
Oh, I love that movie.
I know, right?
Charmed got its theme song from the movie The Craft.
Oh.
Weren't they playing like punk
Oh.
music during that? Well, punk.
Yeah.
90s.
It was like 90s punk, but there's a song that I believe is from The Craft, from the soundtrack, and that became the theme song to Charmed.
Well,
Which
OG Charmed or the new Charmed? Because they did change.
No, OG Charmed. OG Charmed.
Charmed.
Because
Because
they were
you're thinking
trying
of
to
the new
be-
one, aren't you, Del?
No.
No, I know
Because
about both.
Yeah, Charmed tried to rip off both Buffy and not The Craft. I'm thinking of The Coven. What am I thinking?
Okay.
Okay, I was about... I mean,
I'll check.
we'll have to do a rewatch.
Yes.
We'll see if
To
we can
get
do that on
ready.
Twitch, maybe. I don't know. Probably
I'm
not.
gonna need you to sort that out before you put disrespect on the craft, okay?
Whoa! I was saying The Craft is good. I'm saying
Okay.
Charmed.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, crafts. Say.
I'm sorry. I took us off subject.
So, within Fatebound, in addition to our circle magics, which are much more inherent, we then have our witchcrafts. These are akin to different disciplines of magic, and we will be able to choose, starting off, 4 of them in which to engage with. So, in order to cast spells, you're going to be calling upon your craft level specifically in order to do so. This is a 3-2-1-1 breakdown. However, some of our players, just like our firstborn who got some additional circle magic, some of our players are going to have some bumps to theirs. I believe the hereditary, the demonic, and our, fey-blooded. Yeah. But while our players start looking at their crafts, start making some decisions, I see people who have already chosen theirs because they look smug. Yeah. I will go through the grand list of them for the people out on the internet world. And everyone take some time thinking about yourselves, what type of crafts you would be interested in. Starting off with Hex, a spell that curses a target with bad luck, causing them to suffer a penalty to their rolls for duration. And these are very generalized, so within these specific crafts, you can cast a multitude of magics, but basically you'll be describing... Pausing.
You're having weird audio stuff.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi. My name is Del.
It's good now. Yeah.
All right.
It was like a little popping noise, yeah.
You might be just getting too close to the computer.
It's that thing that it does all the time. Or occasionally. It's the same thing that it always does.
It might just have to do with you leaning forward towards it, so you might just have to stay back.
I want people to stare at my face. Okay.
No.
It was me. I cursed Del's mic.
Immediate first hex. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. All right. In descriptions, we have Hex. We have Brew, a spell that crafts a potion from various ingredients, which can have various effects, such as healing, enhancement, or harming. We have our Charm, a spell that influences the mind of a target, making them more friendly, cooperative, or obedient to the caster. We have Blast, a spell that unleashes a burst of magical energy, which can damage, stun, push back a target or an area. We have Bind, a spell that restrains a target with magical ropes, chains, vines, preventing them from moving or acting. We then have Scry, a spell that allows the caster to see or hear something that is far away, hidden, or invisible, using a mirror, crystal ball, or a bowl of water. I see everyone hopping on Charm over there. Yeah, I know it. Social butterflies, all of you. We have Summon, a spell that calls forth a creature or object from another place or dimension, which can serve, assist, or attack the caster or the target. We have Ward, a spell that creates a protective barrier or a trap around a person, place, or object, which can be blocked, deflected, or harm anyone who tries to cross it. Shapeshift, a spell that alters the appearance or form of the caster or the target, allowing them to mimic or transform into someone or something else. We then have Enchant, a spell that imbues a person, a place, or an object with magical properties, enhancing their abilities, functions, or effects. Behold. And I see some people might have already decided upon that. And to go into further descriptions, the difficulties of spellcrafting is based specifically on how far removed from reality the effects that you're actually trying to produce. So, let's go with in the ability to I'm going with like illusions right now. However, things can get wishy-washy between different crafts, circles, and things of that nature. But say for illusion, if I wanted to make this pencil disappear, that is going to be a higher difficulty than, say, making this pencil appear a different color. Mm-hmm. And I see some people have decided upon their crafts. So, would anyone like to share? Oh, ho, ho.
For the hereditary witch, it says all crafts are +1. Is it just the crafts that I've chosen are +1? Or do all of them start at 1?
+1 to your craft. +1 to your craft.
Okay.
It's whenever you're doing one of your crafts, like let's say you were doing a hex, you're going to take your hex score plus your craft. So starting with, I think you start with 3 craft as a hereditary witch, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll affect everything in that sense. So like if you're doing a ward, you already have a 3. So it's pretty sweet.
Okay.
Wow, holy crap. Wait, oh, no. I see what she was talking about, though.
Oh, no, it's something else.
Under hereditary magic is +1 to any craft.
Oh, yeah, okay. So yeah, that's a wild card one.
Yeah.
There you go.
So they could technically have a 4 in one of their craft magics.
Jeez Louise.
No, but it's to any one.
It's to any
All of
one
them?
craft.
Yeah.
That's beans. That's incredible.
Yeah, those nepotism
So
babies.
you have to choose one to apply it to. Okay.
Not all of them, it's just one.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could have 4 hex, Devin.
Nah.
You can go down. I think 4 hex or 4 blast if you really wanted something like that. I'm going with 4 charm.
Well,
wait, where's the 4 coming from? Hold on. What?
So basically,
+1.
you have a 3-2-1-1 breakdown. So you could take, you could put 3 into brew, and then you could say, but I want to use my additional +1 and bring my brew up to a 4.
Yeah.
Boost that brew.
Everyone gets a +1?
Just one gets a +1. And only the hereditary witch gets this +1.
Well, no.
Card, and ours is more like restricted to a couple different things.
Yeah.
For demonic, I'm only getting a +1 in either blast, bind, or hex. So
got it.
I can only pick between those 3.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I kind of did something a little funky, but I don't know. I might change it.
Well, now I need to know, what is this funk? What are we funking up?
So I kind of went for all or nothing.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
A little bit.
Min max.
Yay.
So I decided, I don't know, maybe because of the idea of the character, I went with my blast being 2, but then adding the +1 to that, and the shapeshift being my 3. So it's 3, and then 1, which is 1 ward and 1 bind.
Okay.
So, like, I was very much like, because of the illusion pick, I was like, yeah, no, shapeshift would be like something they're really like into, like, again, perception. And then, but blast is what they're hiding. Like, they are naturally just good at this, and they don't want to be known for that, but if it comes down to it.
I love the drama of it. Perfect.
But also ward because they still want to protect people, and bind because that is a non-lethal way of protecting people, or like nicer way of doing things, I would say.
What is it? The non-lethal approach? Yay!
Yeah. Unless blast is like, oh no.
It's fine. It's fine. And we'll also get some chances to improve some of our abilities. With each game, we will be gaining some experience points. It's not going to be... Well, I mean, the change between beginning and end won't be major, but I'm hoping we'll at least get to talk about it at the beginning of each session to say, hey, this is what I improved upon from last time.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Ooh. I love our chatter dropping some wisdom in the chat. Love you. Thank you. Ronnie, would you please like to describe some of your abilities?
Sure. So I chose 4 charm, and I have 2 bind, 2 shapeshift, 1 brew, 1 summon, and 1 enchant. It's 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, right?
Mm-hmm. Wait, 3, 2, 1, 1.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1,
It's
1.
3, 2, 1, 1? Okay, wait,
Yeah.
never mind. I messed up. Skip over me.
Well,
Daisha.
Yeah, I know mine.
Yes.
So what we're gonna do, Scry of 3, because she's not very smart, so she relies on that to get extra information. And then Brew is 2 because she was raised in the South and just was an outdoor gremlin because her parents were never around and she didn't want to be fancy all the time. So she would make stuff up in the bayou, in the woodlands, in the marsh. And then Ward 1 and Blast 1 because she also doesn't super duper want to hurt people, but has had to protect herself in the past.
I love, especially in the deep south, you do need to protect yourself every so
I
often.
just don't know where to put my extra 1 at, and I don't know.
So, yes, so we mentioned the extra 1. And
I might just go all in on Scry, I don't know.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm doing that.
All right, I clipped Clovis's wings. Now Clovis has a more sane amount of stats here.
yeah.
All right, so I went with 4 charm, 2 bind, 1 shapeshift, and 1 enchant.
Bringing it all in.
Yeah.
Perfection. And did we mention what led Clovis to this way of life?
I think that he just was naturally good at this kind of thing. It's not really, I think it's more of like, I want to say his dad's influence. His dad was a very charming guy. Still alive. I said was, but he is still alive.
Oh.
We can make a lore decision
No.
now. Kill him.
No, he's alive. He's alive. At the start of this game anyway, he was alive. I have a whole like background story for him. But his dad's a really good storyteller, so he brings he introduces Clovis to all sorts of people, and so he's gotten to know all sorts of people from all different walks of life. So he's really acclimated to different people.
I love it. And so where did you add your extra +1 to charm, enchant, or shapeshift? Where did that end up?
I did it to charm, so I had 4.
Okay. Yes. Beautiful. And lastly, our firstborn, who does not get a +1 to any of the crafts, but they got that additional circle ability, so all is not lost.
With Blast for my 3.
Blaster.
Yeah.
Anyway, we started blasting.
We're blasting.
Yeah, we're blasting.
That's why I can't speak. I only blast.
Same here.
Oh God.
Oh no.
I haven't decided. I'm back and forth between either my brew or my ward being 2. Because I think it's very interesting. Everybody said I pick ward because I want to protect people. She picked ward because she wanted to harm people who got too close to her. Like that's the vibe. So I'm thinking ward is probably her 2, and then we have hex and brew as 1s.
I like the ideas. Well, I like the ideas. No, I like it. Okay. So and you said hex and
brew as 1.
Brew as 1. Okay. Lovely. I love that we have some brewmasters in the house. And I love that we have some crafters. Okay. And I think we reached a good point for right now. I think it is about time that we go ahead and take our little 5-minute break, get some bios in all of us, grab some additional links that I might want to throw into the chat to make sure that we are expositing correctly about all of our wonderful doodads that we have going on. So right now it is, at least what I have, is 8:22. We'll go ahead and give us, well, I don't want to give us 8 minutes. We'll go ahead and give us 5 minutes and say that we'll be back here at about 8:28. Yes. And I'll throw it in the chat. for the peoples. Can I throw it in
All
the chat?
right.
Can I throw it in the chat? I can throw it in the chat.
Sorry.
I believe that's allowed here.
Be right back. All right, so we will see you all soon. I encourage all of you at home, please go get some water in yourselves, and see you soon. Hello, folks. We are back. And as we're coming back from break, I hope everyone got some water, stretch their legs, do not sit down the entire time. We are going to we're now going to talk about our connections. These are the people we know within Witchdom that may have helped us along the way get to where we are now. Yes, I know two of our modders did the poor decisions here and decided to sit down the entire time.
I got up earlier.
Really? I don't believe you. I don't believe you left that chair since the beginning of the day. Now, to start off, you have 3 connections. However, some of our backgrounds take away or add on to that. Of particular, the Hereditary Witch has 2 additional backgrounds, leading them to have 5 backgrounds or connections in general. While our Firstborn has 2 less, bringing us down to only 1 connection, because they are not specifically connected to the greater part of Witchdom. Now, these connections can be anything from parents that you want to specifically call out as like a major part of your life, to like fellow friends who may be coming along into this journey with you. To those who may be outside of Aetheria Academy, who may also come into your life here and there. Starting things off, Ronnie, Clovis, I believe you did have some connections that you had already written down. And we don't have to like name drop these people immediately. We can give vibes.
Oh, I have their names.
Oh, yeah, I know okay. You do.
It's okay. Gorgeous. We love some prep work.
Okay. So, Clovis's father's name is Beau Trowbridge. He's Fey-blooded, and he was a Fatebound when he was young, but ultimately was expelled when his grades plummeted after watching a good friend die. He spent his life since doing all sorts of jobs, most of them having nothing to do with magic. He's a great storyteller and spends most of his time on the road, but regularly stays with Clara's triad. The 2 are still in a relationship. Oh, he is a nice dad.
Nice.
His other relationship is his mom, from a quiet, regimented Fey-blooded witch who specializes in brewing. She is in an of the spirit triad, which means her and the other 2 are like EFFs for life, essentially. The 2 other witches since a young age. They were great friends since childhood and promised each other that they'd be together forever. The 2 other witches in this triad are Talia, who is a Cambion Reaper, so she's demonic. She's a Reaper. And the other one is Opal, who's a Fey-blooded historian. Wow. Clovis grew up in a very busy household.
I love...
and then, yeah.
A working mom, also. Like, hardcore.
Yeah. Working mom.
Brewmaster mom.
Which, let's also take a moment to talk about what triads, what does that mean? Who are we talking about? What's going on here? IRL connections, or is this a game thing? Yes. I don't need to know about your like account network. Who does your character have connections to in Witchdom? However, if your connection is a witch accountant does sound like the most necessary thing in the world, correct? Who's gonna manage all of your like liquid assets?
Right.
It's probably one of my parents.
There you go.
These are 13-year-olds, yeah, I guess it's their parents who are their accountants.
That's right.
But triads. In witchdom, the triad is it is the strongest number, 3. And in that triad, the coming together of 3 witches causes their powers to grow exponentially. In order to exist within fatedom, to be a fate, you need to exist within a triad because you are going to be coming up against insurmountable odds. As such, you must bond together with 2 other witches. By the time you have reached fate, by the end of your 5 years, you will have your triad formed. Because at that point, within the higher grades, there will be no way that you're going to be able to survive your classes if you don't have other students backing you along the way. And that was a little bit of what was described by our dear Clovis's mother.
Thanks, Clovis's mom.
Yeah.
Thanks, Clovis's
Thanks,
mom.
Clovis's mom. And my third connection is if what's your character's name, Kristen?
Redacted.
Redacted.
A redacted
Need to
character
know.
played by Kristen would be my character's third connection via Clovis's mom's triad. Talia, the demonic reaper, brought in redacted into the household right before this started. And yeah. And reapers in this kind of society are basically witchy social workers that find firstborn and bring them into the fold, essentially.
Okay. I was about to ask, like, what is that?
Yeah.
What do they do?
We're learning stuff now.
There we go.
And I will like to throw a curveball at y'all. What exactly would that first interaction actually look like between Clovis and Redacted?
So I'm thinking for them, their name's Rowan, but they go by Ro.
I like that.
Love.
How do you spell your character's name, by the way, Ronald?
Clovis.
Clovis, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Clovis.
I was thinking Cletus, but I was like, that's wrong.
That, you know.
Cletus.
That's the next Fatebound game.
That's the name of
Yeah.
my water chicken.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cletus.
Cletus the water chicken.
Oh my god.
Gosh.
So I think that at least on Ro's side, it would be like a little bit more of like the using kind of what was your mom's name again? Taya?
Sarah Mathermay.
Talia
is the Reaper that would have brought you in.
It's definitely using her as kind of like a shield almost. Where it's like between the two of them as they're like kind of making like uncomfortable eye contact, being like, hello.
You hiding behind someone's skirts as your first introduction, frankly?
Yeah, essentially. Definitely. Because like it probably took a lot of coercing for her to trust Clovis's mom anyway. Because it's just like she doesn't really trust adults super well. And then once she got into the point where she felt comfortable enough, then she's like, okay, one thing at a time. Type vibe.
Yeah. Love.
I would say that Clovis would probably try to be like, hey, if you want to watch a movie with me, one of my favorites, War of the Worlds, you can you can sit on the sofa over there and watch it with me, and he'd watch it quietly with you until you kind of opened up a bit.
I feel like it'd be the vibe of like the quiet until like enough like movie junk food and enjoying a movie enough till she's having a good time, and then she would like open up.
That's adorable.
And also, very mom thing to go like, oh my god, you're 13? I have a 13-year-old at home. You two could be friends.
Yeah. You have everything.
That's basically the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Children don't have personalities until they're at least like 18. Is that the vibe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
I still don't have a personality, so. Oh,
Oh, we lost somebody.
Oh.
And they're back.
I love
welcome back.
Daisha's blank stare forward as the mention of children occurred. She just like,
Listen, you know damn well that my kid has personality, and it's terrifying. So
they are a demonic blooded witch. Possibly like a cuckoo. Do you know if it was a cuckoo bird situation in which it just got dropped into your life? This wonderful little frightening child who has said creepy things into the mic when I wasn't paying attention.
Oh,
I think
no.
he's just still mad that I tried.
Cut out.
Oh no, I lost you there.
Yeah, your internet's cutting
Never
out a
mind.
bit.
Perfect.
That's weird.
That was
Redacted for a
redacted.
good
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah,
Cuckoo bird doesn't
redacted.
want you. The cuckoo bird doesn't want you to speak about their children poorly.
We don't speak its name.
Oh, no.
Beautiful. If there was a copy of the character sheet, even if it stays blank. Are we able to share a character sheet at this time is a good question. I would love to drop a character sheet in people's hands, but I think we're going to hold off on that just yet. But things to note down would be, and in order, and I'm also giving our like other players some time to like craft up their other connections.
Yeah.
You're talking about your gender. You were going to talk about your and I misspoke a little bit earlier. Your affinity card can be either a major or minor arcanum. That is an oopsies on my part. In addition to that, you're going to have your affinity card. You'll then have your background. The circle of magic, whether that is dark, gray, or white. And then your crafts of magic, as well as some connections in your life.
You can take my boobies-based affinity card out of my cold dead hands. It's mine.
Are we gonna redraw, or do we want to?
Only if people want to.
I was going to say, yeah.
Draw.
I feel-
would like to draw. Yeah. This is for
I'm happy
relationships,
with
yeah.
what I got for Clovis's sake, because he got like a spirit-based one, and he's like this like, what is a god kind of thing.
Oh,
going on.
What is a
Ooh.
god?
Good question.
Um,
God's just very, very powerful witches.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get into that lore now? We're gonna be talking about some stuff.
I'm just bringing it up.
Well, Devin, since you're bringing
Alien.
some things up,
Oh.
would you like to talk about your connections now?
I don't know what to do with connections at the moment.
Understandable. Here's also a question. Would some of our fellow players, since we do have a connection between Ronnie and Kristen, I'm going to pose to Daisha and Devin, would you all be interested in having a connection to each other?
Yes, I'd be good
Yeah.
down with that. Yeah.
So our
Please.
the opposites of our charismas are linking up with each other.
Yeah.
That's just how it normally goes.
Charlotte
right?
is nice to everyone. Charlotte collects people like Pokemon cards. These are okay.
Clovis just lets people go because he doesn't really feel like he belongs in any one group.
Oh,
Oh my god.
we're just gonna have a lot of like sad moments every time Clovis talks. I'm just like, oh.
No, it's gonna be fine. He's very outgoing. It's just when he's like, alone with his thoughts, that's when it starts.
Oh,
This is all a mask. This is all a facade. No one cares.
Hey, what was your character's name, Devin?
By the way, what's God?
Actually,
my character's name. Good Lord. My character's name is Anora. Anora.
So we have Honora, Charlotte, Rowan/Row, and Clovis. Our dear Honora and Charlotte, how did y'all meet?
Ooh.
I don't know.
These are things to think about.
Yeah.
Would your parents have ever forced you to go to a weird fundraiser?
No, but
Okay.
Nora would have gone on their own.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Outspoken.
Again, they're going for their own version of what they want to be perceived as, so going to fundraisers and things like that to try to like beat the demonic stigma would be well in their character. Like they go out and try and like shape their
Cool.
own perception of it. Yeah. So yeah, no fundraisers.
That works.
Beauty.
Fancy fundraiser event.
And then good old, and I would also encourage people, if they're looking at the chat and they see one of the chatters' names, they're like, yeah, I'm gonna take Penelope. Penelope is my one of my connections, because having friends is always nice too. Daisha, you have 5 connections you need to make.
Yes.
Four now.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
4 now.
This was the part that I was super hesitant about taking the hereditary witch for, because, okay. I think one should be a parent.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know, maybe my mom is the witch council treasurer. I don't know. Something like that.
It's a possibility. Frankly, I think the best thing you can always do is just vibe with it all. Are we going to be able to get to all 5 of those within this 5 session campaign? Perhaps not. Stevie Nicks is a connection. I'll allow for it. She is a white witch.
No, I was super definitely thinking of some random lone witch in the woods. Like, I just hadn't named this weird lone witch yet.
Wait,
what is
that?
Solitary witches.
What's that musician that everybody says is a witch anyway?
Stevie Nicks.
No, the one who did Dog Days.
Florence and the Machine.
Florence.
Yeah.
Florence Welch.
And then Hosier is the
Yeah.
I feel like I need to be friends with the mean girl Veruca that was pitched in the chat.
Yes, always.
Of course.
Welcome
and just
into the
thinking
fold.
too good of people to think that she's bad. So, like,
So are you guys actually friends, or are you her friend and she bullies you and you're like, that's just playing?
that one. Definitely that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to pitch something here because I wrote a little more down
Yes?
about
Oh.
Honora and Charlotte. It's more like she met Charlotte at a fundraiser and has been secretly copying Charlotte's like demeanor to try to get more social ever since meeting her.
I like it.
It's kind of like
It's
that's
day
how
two.
people.
And
Okay.
Charlotte's super stoked that someone's finally matching her energy in a relationship. It's great.
I was gonna say it's a copy of demeanor, not speech.
Fine, that's fair.
Which I think another important thing that we have to talk about, it's not specifically, well, I mean, it's something that's recorded on the character sheet. What is the height of your character? Height to a 13-year-old is a very important thing. This is a time in which you may be going through puberty. Well, you are going through puberty. Do we have any tall giants amongst the hobbits? I see Clovis is
Clovis is gonna look older than he actually is, but when he starts talking, you know he's 13. Like the moment he talks, you can clock him as a 13-year-old. But like, he dabbles in that awkward realm of puberty,
What grade are 13-year-olds? Are those 6th graders or
8th grade?
7?
8th graders? 8th graders.
7th, 8th.
Seventh,
Yeah.
7th, 8th. Yeah.
Okay. Like you could, if your character is like, is he like naturally tall? Like, how tall will he be if he lives to see his end of puberty?
Dang.
I don't know.
Well,
Look
the
to see.
school.
He's just taller than the average 13-year-old. He's not like
That's like a solid
know.
5'9".
Is
Yeah,
that where
yeah.
13-year-olds
So he's
are?
pretty tall.
Well, no, because I was an
No.
above average
Yeah.
13-year-old. I shot up
Okay.
like 6 inches above
Well,
everybody.
this
So
is living
fine.
your experience then.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
There was
Well,
a
this is
13-year-old that was like at least 6 feet tall in my kids' theater camp this year. It was wild.
Wow.
You could be 6 feet.
No.
You could go crazy if you want to.
No. I'll go 5'9". That's fine.
Okay. And speaking from my own history, were you sporting the mustache at this point?
Oh, the awkward,
The awkward mustache. I had a full mustache growing in. I'm Hispanic. It came in.
Yeah.
It was obvious.
So did I. I also had a full mustache growing in.
Yeah, Clovis can have a bit of a mustache. I think it would be more patchy. It's not gonna be like full commit, but like I think other like older kids would come up to him, think he's their age, and then he starts talking. They're like, get this child away from me.
Which I forgot to mention this. Fey-blooded are fair-skinned. Many are albino and almost without fail are stunningly beautiful. Quote unquote. However, yeah, so not only do you have a patchy mustache, you have a patchy white-haired mustache on your face.
Yeah. He's also got mild case of acne.
Love.
So it's very mild. His mom, being a brewmaster, does like come up with some tinctures for him to contain it.
He's got homemade proactive.
Yeah.
The Fae
What's
blooded
that brew
Accutane.
stat so high for?
For my Accutane.
Oh my god, not the
Yo, the business you could run if you're just out here.
Yeah, no, his mom's a professional brewmaster. There you go. Make it what you will.
Accutane and Nair.
Selling all the Accutane and Nair to your fellow classmates to make an extra buck in the
You'd
yard.
be really popular.
Yes.
You don't need to.
Yeah.
You don't need to be a triad anymore. You can just be a literal snake oil salesman.
Oh no. What about our other what you call it, Honora? How is Honora in terms of the height scale? Physical descriptions for us.
I would say Honora would be pretty tall for her age and lanky, like very, very skinny. Wiry. This is how I would explain it. Like very, not super tall, but like taller than average age, just to make her feel more not great about.
Yeah, because not only do you stick out from being demonic blooded, you also have to be the tallest person, or moderately the tallest kid in the room.
Gotta perfect the hunch so that she's the same height
Yeah.
as everybody else.
Always
Wait,
bending at the knees,
Nora-
never like standing up straight.
Is Honora taller than Clovis, or are they about the same height?
I would say they'd
Measure
be
up.
about the same height.
Okay.
Like that'd be fun. Like to have like
To have somebody else
Like,
at that
oh,
height that you could just stare at from a distance.
yes, like that's Clovis is the only one that like she stands straight up at because she actually can look at it like, oh hey.
Yeah.
Look him in the eyes, like, oh yeah. Staring at everybody, like the top of everybody else's head, and then like, oh.
What about dear Charlotte?
I think Charlotte is little, like like short and a little chubby, and it's unclear if she's gonna grow any taller or not. Like we're just like 5'1", very, just a little one,
Just a wee one.
just a wee one.
Perfection. And what about our dear Rowan? How are they standing on the height scale?
Oh, they are 5'2", and they will not be growing anymore.
No.
So we have
I mean,
hobbits and
5'2"
giants.
still pretty tall for
Oh, for a 13-year-old,
Is that-
yeah.
5'2" is not tall for a
that's
13-year-old.
average, right?
Nah, depends on where somebody is in
I
puberty.
just
It's kind of it's more so it's a little gender based at that age. I think for like AMABs, yes, because puberty happens a little bit later. AFABs, no, that's just generally like where puberty is already happening, so you're getting to your height. So she's like 5'2".
You're usually almost done by 13, 14.
Yeah, whereas AMABs are sometimes still growing up through their 20s. So
I was about to say, I kind of
Love
told
that.
on myself, and I'm like, 5'2" is pretty tall when you're 13, aka that's how tall I got. And I'm like, sat here.
I was
5'6",
really
no
tall.
taller.
He's like 4'11". Okay, we'll just stop a little shorter.
Part of this game will be talking about our childhood trauma in terms of puberty.
How do you think I know that she's supposed to have the little hunch as the tall girl? How do you think I know that? me at the middle school dance, like.
Oh god, we have to at least get a middle school dance of some kind in this.
Oh no,
yes.
please.
It's worse too because in military type schools you learn to officially dance. You know the actual, like you know all of the pleasantries, you know the ballad, the introduction, you know it all. Oh, and it's so awkward to somebody who does not want to even look at you.
Oh my god. I just thank you all for that wonderful
my god,
torture
then Nora
technique.
and Clovis would always be paired as dance partners then. That would happen.
Oh my god.
No, because you could be paired up with
paired.
one of the professors.
That's even funnier.
Oh no.
That's even worse.
That's even funnier.
No.
It's no, you're not paired. No one picks you, so you have to pick the professor.
Oh gosh,
I will mention there is an odd number of students coming in. So, yes, the answer is yes. Perfection. I love it.
That's
I love
amazing.
it. Are you guys making ship names already?
What?
Wait, what? That's already happened.
Cotillion? Oh, wait, no, Cotillion.
Oh, Cotillion. Oh.
Okay, I thought I was gonna have to explain Cotillion.
I saw Cotillion. I was like, Clovis? Wait.
Clovis X who? Clovis X who?
Exactly.
Clovis X some random NPC that
Name
Joe plays.
Killian.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Goodness gracious. Yes. Oh, that's right. Where did we leave off? We left off with connections.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yes.
5 connections.
You have connected, Ronnie.
Mhm.
And Deja and Devin, how are we feeling our connections? Or do we need to take a pause from connections and then go to our next topic, which will be a fun one?
I would need 2 more connections, and I think I,
I
had
have
to think
3
on
or
that.
4, and I honestly have no idea where else to go. So
That is
I-
perfectly okay.
I feel like I might be able to make a couple more connections, like off to the side, but like, yeah. Right now, I would say skip it. Yeah.
Also remember, Daisha, you have your ancestor connection.
Ooh.
But you can count that as one of your connections there. There you go.
cool.
Ooh.
Okay,
Then if you let me have the solo untriaded weird witch in the woods, I have all 5.
Perfection.
Yeah.
What was your full list?
Okay, so we have Anora, the mean girl Veruca, a parent, the weird woods lady, and my ancestor.
Beautiful.
Nuts.
Thank you, the devil in the chat right now, who I believe is, whose NPC name is Kevin. Which one of you is related to one of the 3 faculty members that you'll be meeting?
Ooh. Oh,
I guess, yeah.
Honora should totally be related to one of the faculty members.
Hell yeah.
Totally. Like, just add more pressure to this to this poor
By
student.
blood or by marriage?
By marriage.
By marriage? Okay. I was
Mhm.
about to say, is this an older brother situation, or...
Ooh.
I feel like it could play more into them worried about the stigma if it's by marriage than by blood.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay. Haha. I wish I had their names right in front of me, but I don't. However, there is one such, I have a male in mind, who is, who, it fits well with a demonic blooded, so I will let you know afterwards a little bit about them.
Okay. Cool.
But they are a triad of these individuals in particular. They will be professors within the school. Well, these are professors that I have made up. They will not be professors within the school. However, they will be a triad specially dedicated towards bringing in young recruits and teaching younger students. Because the name of the game within Fatebound is to prepare yourselves, and that's preparation from the very beginning. But we still have one more. I can't get deep into the things just yet.
Yeah.
Because up next, we get to decide upon our signature spells. Kristen, you can go ahead and take a nap. Because the firstborn do not get any signature spells. They get to just sit there and stew. However, signature spells are spells that are more often cast by our particular players. And by doing so, you have an advantage whenever you're casting some of your signature spells. Some examples of these could be Entangle, Black Ethereal Bonds, encircle the target, immobilizing them. Fury, enhancing your brawl and melee attacks on your target. Charm of Forgetfulness, a contested, clouding the memory temporarily. Or Alluring Aura, contested, making those around the caster attracted to them. These are just some of the samples. But did some of our players have ideas for possible signature spells? I will also read out because... So, as I mentioned, the firstborn get 0 signature spells. Our demonic and blooded get 3 signature spells. Our fey-blooded get 2 signature spells. And those gosh darn nepotism babies, the hereditary, get 5 signature spells.
You nepo babies, yo.
Sometimes
No,
it
they're
pays
awesome.
to have parents
Who have
They used to have
magical
parents.
your uncle owns a mithril mine. Sorry.
Oh my god. Good lord.
You started out with only 1,000 mana to your name. No.
Oh. Goodness gracious. Ronnie, did you have some ideas for some signature spells?
I do. Did not expect the whole spirit as an element thing, but I do have Spirit's Embrace. So it's a binding spell. And basically I'm going to summon all these little spirits that will then essentially like hold the person in one area. And they're all going to be like talking and buttering while that's happening. They're just like going to be like, no, you're not going anywhere, you know? Spirit's Embrace.
Mm-hmm.
But
then
if
the other
spirits
one
kept asking them about philosophical questions and just have them stressed out. Where do you think you go when you die?
I could do that too, but I do want like a maneuver to ensnare because I did not hear too many. Did anybody else have bind?
We
in
have
the group?
some
I did.
binders.
You have bind.
Yeah.
Okay. You have some bind. Okay.
I have like one
but I have
behind.
Spirit's Embrace. Okay, I have 2 binds, so this is my thing. My thing. I have the idea to spirits. I don't know if this would be like what I'm thinking it is, but I'm thinking it could be charm. I basically want the idea of a spirit taking like an immediate memory from the victim's head and swapping it with their memory, and then them like being confused in the moment there, like completely disoriented, because they have this new memory in their head. I don't think that would be charm though. I think that would be hex.
Oh, because you're
I don't have any
specifically
hex.
looking to disorient.
Yeah, I think that would be hex.
I would put that along the lines of hexing your targets. Yes.
Okay, so I will figure out something else as a charm then.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't have any.
Oh yeah, you're done with yours.
Yeah, so I'll figure out some other thing. But
Wait,
besides
so
that,
these have to align with our crafts?
helps.
Mm-hmm.
It helps because basically you are going to be making use of a craft in order to cast them, but you're
Okay.
going to have an easier time casting these compared to the rest of the craft itself.
I guess you don't have to
Oh
be good at
no.
your signature
Okay.
spell.
So yeah, relying on some of your craft, relying on your craft ones that have stats already added to them is going to be good. Can I be Fae? But no one is sure what I am. Love. Devin, any thoughts coming to you for your signature spells?
I have like I have an idea. I have a couple ideas. So glamour, like basically being able to change appearance,
Mm-hmm.
look the way I would like to look. I would see I would see that as like shapeshift. But like they're very much like, oh yeah, glamour, look the way I would like to look, or the way people would like to look at me.
Mm-hmm.
The second one would.
I have a question. Are you thinking it specifically like looks at what the other person would want to see and you reflect it almost like a mirror?
Yes. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I like.
That makes so much sense actually for her character. I love that.
Yeah. I just call it glamour because I recognize that as like a spell thing that is actually.
Mhm.
I had uncontrolled fire,
Ooh.
which is like Honora just giving in to that like demonic side of themselves and just letting out the fire as much as possible. So like just like probably a big downside would be like
Unhinge the jaw.
yeah, it's unhinged the jaw, just opens wide.
That's sick.
Yeah. But like I would say like a drawback would be like definitely not aimed. So get out the way. Like it's not friend or foe, it's just out. Kind of this
Only fire
uncontrollable flame of just blah.
Mm-hmm.
And last would be, and I'm keeping it rather simple, honestly. I would think something like maybe something to with bind, like with the spirit. Like actually no. No.
I immediately thought about like a nicotine tar breath.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vile. Oh my gosh. But what would you?
I would say
Yeah.
the third one I'll come back to in a second. But
Okay.
I think I have those two were like the first in my brain to go. Those are cool ideas. But after that, I'll figure it out.
You want to be the switchblade and weed kid, says our moderator.
Heck yeah.
Oh no.
Is that a typical trope of having the weed kid also have the switchblade?
I mean, in the South it is. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah, I don't know about y'all.
We had the butterfly knives more than anything. I don't think I knew anyone with an actual switchblade. But I see some danger.
In the South,
eyes.
it's all switchblades.
Good.
It also
Lord.
depends on where you are because switchblades aren't those the ones that are illegal?
In some
Butterfly knives
parts.
are illegal in New
weed
Jersey.
state.
Yeah, butterfly lamps are also illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Beaver Mom, I will
But
say
anything
for your
that's free
sake,
assisted.
this is a legal weed state. Though I don't think witchdom. I'm gonna make the call. Witchdom doesn't care about the laws of mortal men.
Well, it's also you're in a military place, even if it's legal. They
Yeah.
probably don't want you to be. They don't barely want you to do like alcohol and stuff.
That is also a good assessment.
Have your
I mean,
pack
they
as
are
pigs like the
children.
rest of us.
So I hope,
I
Beaver
have an
Mom, you're
idea.
getting on the nicotine patch or the weed patch.
Oh no.
The weed patch.
You have an idea, Ronnie?
For my second spell.
Oh.
So I have because I'm not sure like what is specifically meant by spirit. Like, would that be like a ghost, or would it be like a non-talking sentient thing? So if it is a ghost, if this is a thing, I want to have a loved one's word, a spiritual message from beyond that would disorient or convince someone of my way. Be like, oh, that's just how grandma would say it, you know? Like that kind of thing. So using other people's dead loved ones to my advantage.
Is it their actual dead loved ones, or is it like an illusion of them?
I don't know. I don't think it's an illusion because I do have the spirit as my affinity. So I do think I would have the ability. I guess I should change things to summon.
That might be a little bit more aligned in a summon regard.
That might be more summon. I gotta figure out how to make that charm. I'll figure that out before next time. So I'll erase that. Redact that spell.
Redacted. Goodbye, loved one's word. It could also just be in general a lie if it's coming directly from you, but it is perceived as the loved one's actual words. Because, I mean, falling back on craft, we're going to use language. A spell that influences the mind of the target, making them more friendly, cooperative, or obedient. If you speak and it's more perceived as something that a loved one would have said, that is something that could be mind influencing or mental in nature.
It'd be charm rather than summon, yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. I'll do that. And have it just phrased in the sense that it's me coming up with based on how I see them as a thing on, hey, you know, your grandma wouldn't like you coming after me right now. Why don't you just turn around?
Your grandma wouldn't want this.
Just Gam Gam wouldn't believe in that. Gam Gam was a racist. We don't have to talk about her.
Oh my god.
Gam Gam was a flat earther. We need to keep her.
Oh no.
Gam Gam's from another time.
From another time. Oh, and even then, they didn't like her.
No.
All right. Charlotte, you have 5 signature spells. Go, one after the other. 1.
Okay, so I had this idea for a blast that was actually like a stun.
Ooh.
Called Bless Your Heart, where she says things that are actually super duper nice, but like their brain makes them think that she's talking shit, basically. And it stuns them. Bless your heart. It's so great. It's so southern, right? I mean,
I love it, but I hate it.
And then, okay, I have ward, so I was thinking of like a cactus barrier type.
A cactus barrier. Ooh. Ha. Well, my brain immediately goes to upon entering the area or upon trespassing the area, it gives you the sensation of the cactus needles coming out at you. Either that or cactus needles literally sprouting forth, maybe.
Yeah. Cool. We could do that.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. The only other thing I can come up with is something related to Scry that's like an animal messenger kind of thing, because she's outside all the time. I am struggling with this. Like maybe, I don't know, a raven? for no reason.
For the goth aesthetic that Charlotte totally has. Is it a white raven?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh. Or Tea Rose Thorns for a Southern Belle theme. Ooh. I like. Alright. Well, we have some of our signature spells.
I have my... Oh, sorry.
No.
I was gonna say, I do have my third one.
See it.
I kind of just went with what kind of your idea was like, and I call it sulfuric grip. Where the smoke turns into, like, hands and grabs onto somebody and keeps them in place. It would just be a bind. But, yeah. And it's like the first time you'll hear Honora like speak in like long sentences. Is that's how they control the
They'll
smoke.
have to continuously be speaking as they
Speaking.
keep them in
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Perfect way to frankly get your opinion out there. Like, no, you're gonna stay here and listen while I like tear you down.
Yeah, exactly. I like it.
I love Ronnie's wand. Oh ho ho. Yes. That's the good majority of our decisions. Let me make sure that I'm not missing anything right now.
I think we're Oh, sorry.
No. Speak.
Open for input from the chat.
I was gonna say the only thing I think we're missing is rolls, but other than that, we should
Oh
be
my
good.
goodness, the rolls. Yes, and that would be needed indeed. Did I have that immediately available in my so-and-so? I might have to grab my book from behind me.
Hold on, I got it somewhere. So roles are assigned 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1.
So, we get that out there. And roles in particular, these are akin to your skills, but more specifically, they're talking about like the roles of people that play in our lives. So there is, and I can't do this off the top of my head, so I'm gonna actually look at a list of the roles in front of me, so that I do not suffer. Da da da. Da 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 da. Filling the void of time. Okay, so there is the athlete. There is brawl. There is criminal, face, firearms, investigator, academics, linguist, lore, melee, psychologist, street, and techie. And as we mentioned, oh gosh, I've lost my list of numbers already. But for those in the chat, don't feel obligated to roles, as in roll ROLE. Don't feel the need to basically grab every single one of those, because no one's going to be able to fill every single aspect of their life, or fill every single aspect of life in oneself. Some of them are going to be at 0. You may not be good with technology. Sometimes that feels like me sometimes. I like to say there's at least a 1 in technology. Just a 1. It's a safe assessment. In terms of brawl, 0. -1. And for context also, I did go to a Naval Academy camp when I was a child because I was going to go to the Naval Academy, guys. Don't you laugh.
That seems wild.
Yes.
Yeah.
At a certain point, they had us doing, like, physical activities, which I could make it through the entire day of doing physical exercise. No problem. Awesome. The last thing that we did was, like, hand-to-hand combat. I, like, bounced off the barriers. I don't have physical strength at all. I just have endurance. So, and, like, the guy was holding it up. He's like, punch harder. And I was like, no.
And what?
Like, that was it.
See, that's all that's there.
That was the harder.
The sad truth of the matter, I'm a spellcaster. I don't belong on the front lines. Don't make me. I don't want to be in melee. Ronnie, please. First, Ronnie, please tell us what. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna prepare you all for your interviews. Please tell me your strength and weakness. Not your characters, your Ronnie's. What is Ronnie's highest stat and lowest stat?
Uh-oh. Heck yeah. I like this game.
Oh, no. I don't know. I think my lowest stat, safe to say, would probably be firearms. I don't really know much about guns.
Okay.
Believable.
I don't know how much about shooting people.
You have to shoot people. They have
that one
That's not
stuck
the
out to
only
me.
choice.
I grew up in Texas. What do you want from me?
I don't know how to use a gun.
Understandable.
I'll put it like that. In terms of what would be best, Maybe
I would say
maybe lore.
I would also throw your face pretty dang high up there. You are quite
There we
the
go.
actor.
Here we go.
Also
Okay, so I'll
moderately a
throw face
criminal.
and lore up. I'm not a
Moderately a
criminal. I'm not gonna say that on a recording here. Um,
Let me lean into the
so
microphone.
I have
Get it.
Clovis as Investigator 3. He is going to have Criminal 2, Face 2, Academic 1, Athlete 1, Lore 1.
Okay. But overall, someone who's going to seek out the knowledge, seek out the truth. I like it.
Yeah.
What was that lore? Lore 2?
Lore 1.
Lore 1. Seek out the truth. Does
Mhm.
not know the truth. Got it.
He's 13.
He is 13. This is true.
Yeah. Listen, he's not really sure what the difference is between the truth and this these alien podcasts he listens to. So, that's where he's at.
That could cause an issue, yes. And please feel free, even if you fail a lore roll, please feel free to throw out any weird alien knowledge you do have for us, because and you can accept that as truth. Yeah, go ahead and accept that as truth.
I love
and run
that.
with it,
Yeah.
because that's a character decision.
Yeah, okay. That sounds good. So if he fails a lore roll, I'll just have him convinced that some random alien fact he just listened to in a podcast 100% true. It all makes sense. It all connects the dots.
Magical
That's so
Joe
good.
Rogan told him so.
That is so good.
Oh no.
Who else is ready for some? Let's hear those rolls.
Okay. So wait, mine or the characters?
First, you're going to have to talk about your strengths and weaknesses. So, what is Devin's?
Probably the biggest weakness. Criminal?
No.
For legal purposes? No.
For legal purposes, yes. We are all low in criminal. We are good,
Super
upstanding
low.
citizens.
Speak for yourself.
But I would say athletics would probably be my highest in real life because of what I do for a living. So
This is
being able
true.
to run around and fall down takes a lot of athletics. But for Honora, I have academics 2, athlete 1, brawl 3,
Mm-hmm.
lore 1, psychologist 2, and street 1.
Perfection. Which Devin, I did have to hold back on dropping lore tidbits about Devin, because we did have a long conversation about their background and what they have worked in. And I was about to say, technically, melee or brawl might have been your strongest, just based off of one of the stories you talked about.
Damn.
Yep, that is true. That is actually quite true. There's a lot that-
Unintentional melee/brawl. Unintentional.
I feel like we just had an unintentional product placement from Ronnie.
Oh yeah, I just saw that.
Vintage seltzer.
Wait, are we sponsored?
I wish. That'd be great.
Well, last game it was Coca-Cola Cheez-Its.
Oh god, Jesus.
Oh, okay, Jesus.
Guys, I'm getting real hungry and thirsty here all of a sudden.
I know. I would love to dig into some delicious Cheez-Its.
It reminds me I have Cheez-Its somewhere.
Say that happier. We need that product.
No,
money.
I'm sad because I don't have them.
Next time we stream, we can all have Cheez-Its out, and we'll have our
Different
Cheez-Its
flavors
on.
too.
Can we
Just,
can we force somebody to sponsor us?
Just by doing it enough times.
yeah.
People already assume, so you might as well give me the
Give it.
money.
Yeah. Goodness. Charlotte or Rowan, would you like to share with us your roles?
Sure. So, for Kristen, her lowest stat is a brawl. I got punched in the face once and I walked away sadly.
But you walked away. That's the important part.
Yeah, right?
I mean, it wasn't a hard punch. I just have no violent thing in me.
No tendencies.
I got punched in the face. My pizza fell on like the little lunch table. I put it back on my tray and I walked to my seat.
I thought it was going to be like the little lunch meme where it's like you're on the floor with the tray in front of you, just looking up, sad.
Honestly, it was like that because I didn't even eat my food. I just sat on the table and I dissociated until somebody was like, "The nurse, you need to go to the nurse." And my highest is freaking I don't know.
I once again state, your
Probably
face,
face, yeah.
pretty damn awesome. You are also a lore buff because you have collected so much tidbits throughout your entire life.
It's called ADHD.
I know, it's great.
It's the fun fact disease. For Row, I think for them, I'm going psychologist as their 3. We have brawl as their 2. Criminal as a 2. Investigator, street, and academic.
Love, love, love.
I might swap academic and criminal though, so I might make criminal 1 and academic 2. I haven't decided.
Okay.
Because she cares about school. She just because like it's like one of those things like you see it as like a escape.
It's escape, yeah. Oh. All right, and dear Charlotte.
Okay. So me as a person, my highest would very easily be academic because I'm a huge nerd and that's all I do all the time is learn stuff. And
Aren't you a techie? Well, technically a techie?
I mean, yeah, but I have 2 other degrees that are not that. So I mean,
Whoa.
These are
like,
learns.
You have 3 degrees?
I'm a
I don't
nerd.
even have 1.
Then I think that athlete would be my worst. If I had a constitution score, it would be -6,000. I will always fall in a hole or get ill. That's what it does. Charlotte is face 3, psychologist 2, athlete 2, and then her 1s are lore, brawl, and investigator.
Okay.
Most of the like physical ones are just from being outside and doing shenanigans outside.
You naturally have to pick up on some of it at least, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Perfection, perfection. Okay. Well, with that, some of the additional tidbits that you guys didn't hear about were our hit points and our mana, which are some of the derived stats. Mana specifically derived from our background. Hit points derived from our toughness score, which we'll show off a little bit later. We have our spells, we have our banes and boons, we have our background, we have our craft and our circle. We have the full sum total of our characters now. We all have our first names. Last names slightly redacted right now.
I have a last name.
I'm sorry, Charlotte has 4 names.
But you know my last name. What are you, a cop? Like, no.
Oh, right.
My name's Ro. Fuck you.
I'm sorry, aren't we going to cop school?
Yeah, we're going to we're in the police academy.
What are you, a cop? You'll see.
Which cops?
To anybody
Which
else,
cop?
I say, what are you, a cop? And to them, you lose your identity when you're in military school, so you don't have the last name anyway.
Valid.
True.
Valid.
Well, in military school, that's what they call you. Your last name. They don't even call you by your first name.
That's true. You lose your identity in the first name department, but don't make me think of a last name.
I already have one.
Feel free to share.
Well, you overachievers over there, high academic score, I see, fucking nerds.
I have an academic of 2.
Woo!
But no, it's Honora Joris.
Honora Joris. I love
Yes.
it.
Laura
We
Joy.
have Charlotte Mabel Ann Broussard. She has 4 names, as is correct for her heritage.
Because it's all of the witch families that have married into each other, basically. Just like.
Oh, I was
extended-
just going obnoxious white people, but okay,
Oh,
sure.
yeah,
it
sorry.
was the
I was gonna
witch
say-
marriages.
Love, 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 love. Ronnie, we had Clovis. Last name I have gone now, but
Clovis
it did exist.
Mathermay.
Mathermay.
Clovis Mathermay. Yeah.
And Rowan is intentionally trying to distance themselves from their last name, correct?
I think she doesn't care enough about legacy to care.
You could take on Mathermay last name if you're living in the household.
I think she could do that. I love that.
That's cute.
Aww. And is this the
I like
mother's
that.
last name, or
This is the mother's last name. Yeah, he lives predominantly with his mom, and his dad comes in periodically with like other random travelers and stories and all that, and like hangs out with the mom. They're still in a relationship and all that. So yeah.
Does Clovis kind of miss his dad? Even though he's still like a good dad, but he's still like not there all the time.
He's not there all the time, but he's got a lot of other stuff going on. I think he's just like, this is just how his dad is. And like kind of has been told like, yeah, this is just who he is as a person. And they FaceTime and everything. They have like phones. So you'd be like, hey dad, I'm in bed and I think I like sneezed in the wrong direction and I messed up and now that person's never gonna look at me again and I don't know how to come back from that.
It's just like
That'd
Nora
be
sitting
never
over
good.
there being silent, like
like
you
it's
just
sneezed
can't
on
read
me?
what's happening over there.
Goodness gracious. I think with the time that we have left, I would really just want to ask, like, I just want to know your characters more. Because Honora and, not Clovis, Honora and Charlotte, how deep does this relationship go? There was a chance meeting at this fundraiser event, but what happened after that? Did they see each other again?
Yes.
Mm.
Again, Honora kind of is like, this is what popular people are, right? Like bubbly and outgoing. I must study that.
Perfection.
With them.
Charlotte
So
wants to make everybody her friend. Like, everyone is fair game for friendship.
So, did Honora receive, like, a formalized invite? And how many people were at that, like, I assume, party?
I feel like Charlotte probably snuck in a letter to the formal, like, thank you to the fundraiser and sent that off, and it was actually probably like a 4-page long letter for no reason at all, just talking about every single aspect of her life and how much she thought Honora would like different parts of it.
You received a resume,
Yes.
a full CV, like cover letter
This is my
included.
application for friendship, okay? Take it.
Nora did not read all of that. Like, saw the direction, like saw the address, and was like, "That's what all I need to know."
Did you just show up one wee night? So, are you also from, I guess, from the southernish Bayou area?
Yeah,
Love.
I answer that. Yeah, that'd be fun, actually. Yeah, like, ooh. Could insert a little of my own life in here from Fort Worth, Texas, or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, we can do Texas. There's prickly pear cactus in Texas for my angry spell, my angry ward.
Because I was like, because when I was thinking, like, back when I was a kid, I had a lot of friends from New Orleans because I was in Texas when we were like right there, and or like even if Honora's from like the Gulf of Mexico, so even closer. Yeah.
Nice.
All I know about people from Texas is they will do like 7-hour drives for one day, being like, that's a day trip. So you could really be from anywhere, it sounds like. No, my one friend will just drive hours one day, and they're just like, yeah, it's only like 4 hours away. That's a round trip. And I'm like, no, it's not.
That's a super short trip, yeah.
That is not a long trip.
4 hours is a day trip. Easy.
Yeah. That's just from here to Atlanta. That ain't nothing. But no, I was going to say, Dell, I did the 9-hour trip.
Oh, God.
From where I was to get all the way to Dex Light.
This is true. That was,
Then I went to Manhattan afterwards, and then went all the way back down after the con.
Listen, I drove 9 hours overnight through the mountains of Missouri to get to Chicago, for a music festival. Like that's not it's a 12-hour drive, but I did most of it.
Remember,
Oh, I was
In the
gonna
middle of
say
the night.
I was gonna say I did something similar for Gen Con. I went through Kansas and like Tennessee and all that for that to get to Indianapolis. It
Yeah.
was a fun time. I like
Great.
driving long times. Yeah, see, we're already getting along.
Yeah, 13-year-olds relating to how long we can drive.
As we sit there in the passenger seat.
See, yeah, not doing anything.
Oh my gosh.
You license plate bingo? So do I.
I would think Honora would still have mixtapes,
Ooh.
like, or like at least playlist, because
Yeah.
not being able to speak as much, like, she maybe speaks through her music and her music choices.
Valid. Oh, are you also the kid who has brought your mixtape collection to school as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
they're gonna immediately snatch that shit from you. No individuality.
Too bad I got 5 other copies.
You're gonna take my stuffies. Dang it.
I have multiple iPods. You can't steal nothing.
My Squishmallow collection can't come with me to military school.
Oh no, what will you do?
Oh no.
We will see. The most important part is you guys bring whatever you want. We will see what stays and what goes. That's the important
Clovis
part
is
of all.
bringing a telescope.
Mm.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, I'm gonna try so hard to make this weird. Okay.
Oh, okay. I was like, the telescope?
I'm gonna bring like a
Yes.
frog.
You bring in live animals with you.
Yeah,
Oh,
a
no.
squirrel in a fanny pack.
Beautiful.
A jar of teeth. I have a tooth on my desk. I have 2 teeth on my desk.
What? Is
The
this
chat, Ross had a jar of teeth is my weird thing, and I have 2 teeth on my desk.
so wait, I'm sorry. You're looking off to the left. Is there a jar of teeth off, or is there just like some teeth hanging out next to you?
Yes, there's
Oh
teeth
my
right
gosh.
next to me.
So we used to talk about serial killer traits. This is one of them.
Just a tooth. Just a tooth.
Oh, this is like a straight up a solo
all
tooth.
Yep.
Nothing but the tooth.
God.
I have another one that's not even like I don't even know where it came from. Someone gave it to me at a festival.
Oh,
That's friendship right
Probably
there.
made a deal with a fae. It's fine. It's probably
Yeah.
fine.
A tooth for you.
Tooth fairies are fey propaganda, y'all. Don't leave teeth for 'em.
Well, I mean, giving
Wow.
them stuff isn't the problem. It's when you take the money. That's the problem.
Capitalist fae. They
Don't
only
accept the
they
gift.
only trade in money or monetary value. That's what I feel.
Oh, that's even darker.
Yeah.
Don't accept a gift
Don't accept a gift. I want
from
nice
a fae.
things.
Not from a fae, though.
I know. That's one less thing that we have to worry about in this setting. There will be. We have our dear Fae blooded. Actually, question to Ronnie now. For Clovis, how deep do they dig into, or does a Fae sense of state of mind come into effect with them? That was English.
Tried.
In terms of what exactly? Like just the idea that they have a different perspective on things going on
Yeah.
than like a human. I feel like Clovis definitely has a different perspective, but it's more along the lines of like, hey, he has this fey charming ability, right? He can just use that and get his way with most people that are not witches. But he knows it's a bad thing, so he does avoid it. And his parents are not as like connected to their fey lineage as
Mhm.
he feels like he is, and he's kind of looking for other people that feel the same way about their fey lineage. So
Love that.
he'll make a
Aw.
beeline to other fey people that seem to be more in tune with it. However, he doesn't know how much is that just like this is his personality versus like this is like a fey thing, you know. So it's just like, yeah, I'm looking for, like, I love alien stuff. And another Fae's just like, what are you talking about?
No, the issue is if you find another Fae who also likes alien stuff, and now that's cemented as a Fae trait. He's like, I
Yes.
guess all Faes are like this. There's no
Yeah.
other possibility.
Yeah. This is our true selves, yeah.
It's not a phase, Mom. This is the real me.
Yeah, essentially.
Beauty.
This is our culture, actually, Bob. Get with it.
Yeah.
Veruca in the chat bringing all of her designer clothing and designer handbags. Love, 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 love.
Aw, my frenemy. I love it.
Best friends. You guys are best friends.
Frenemy.
It's not a frenemy if you don't know that you're an enemy.
True.
Yeah.
Charlotte thinks everyone is her best friend. So
I really feel like
Is that like
Veruca
Karen
is going to
from
be
Mean
like
Girls?
bullying Honora.
Veruca has definitely moved into one of my primary antagonists in my mind. And I love it. Don't worry. We're gonna see.
I don't know if you noticed, she does have a bad sense of direction. That was part of the canon that was laid out.
Oh, and
Okay.
Oh, was that in the higher up in the chat? I gotta deep review this chat because I see a lot of lore tidbits that have been dropped here and there. I can't wait to read through all of this. But before we do any form of a sign off, things of that nature, I'll go into a little bit about what is going to happen in this campaign. So, as we mentioned, you all will be a part of the incoming class to Aetheria Academy in the pursuit of becoming Fates. Now, you all receive a letter prior to the start of term that has informed you that there will be a week-long retreat prior to classes actually starting. You will be meeting a small selection of students as well as 3 faculty members who will be basically coming together, giving you a brief look at what your life at Aetheria Academy will be, and also give you a chance to meet some of your fellow students, giving a chance for everyone to transition in a type of way. This also goes as a way to help transition our chatters, our viewers, into the world of Fatebound. So that way we can take a nice slow approach, talk about the individual aspects of the lore, talk about the individual aspects of some of our magic systems, and also talk about what the tone of this game is all about. We're going to close this off by once again mentioning our 3 major tenets of Aetheria Academy as I pull it up back in front of me and a blaring white light goes off in my face. Balance above all, justice without bias, mercy tempered by wisdom. Being a Fate is a difficult ordeal. In order to do so, you need to be the top of your class. You need to be the greatest candidate, because anything less is not allowed. Allowing a Fate who is unprepared into this world will surely mean their deaths. For context, going into this, your starting class would look like about 99 students. By your 5th year, by graduation, there will be about 15 of you remaining.
Okay.
So then, let's see if you will be those who make it to the last year. Thank you all for coming. We will be having session 1 in 2 weeks' time on, as I check my calendar real quick, I believe on the 29th?
9.
Yes, Thursday the 29th at 7 p.m. And Expelled or Dead?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Either. Both.
Oof. Oh yeah, they could do that too. They could just.
So, I will give at least the vibe. To graduate each year, you have to complete 7 trials in order to do so. Ronnie in the playtest has just moved forward with one of the trials. Ronnie, how did you do?
Well, my character in that is a demonic character, and her name is Daisy Yoffer. She is a professional hexer. She is a 5-level hex. She made it through.
Ayo!
Oh,
Yeah. She made
wow.
it through the first one. She is a good team, so they did most of the work. Because she singularly focused her efforts on hexing.
Mm.
The rest of the team had to kind of carry her for a bit. So
I'm specifically
She
good
made
at
it.
one thing.
Did anybody die?
Yeah.
In Daisy's current trio, no.
Did any other
Uh,
students die in the
but-
first trial?
Yes.
Okay. There
Not
we
in that trial. Not in that trial. Not in that
Oh,
trial
But
yet.
students
Oh.
have
No.
died.
Have died.
Yes. Students have died.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Daisy has
Cutthroat in
been
the
a murderer,
witchdom.
and Daisy has watched a murder. So,
Oh, jeez. Oh,
Wow.
wow.
and she's not done her first quarter of school yet. So she's
Oh, no.
It's like the
a lot.
Hunger Games.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is more battle royale than it is school. Like,
Yeah.
Just stab your way to the top. That's how it works, right?
Two.
Moderately. It's not actively encouraged to go off and start killing off the other students.
No.
Because that is also frowned upon in witchdom to just start actively murdering without reason.
There was reason. There was reason.
There was reason.
I will say that.
Oh.
As
Punishment
the
did
person
fit the
who
crime,
tells
Your
the
Honor.
tale, there was reason.
There was a reason.
History's written by the victor. Congratulations, Daisy.
So true.
Daisy Yoffer.
There's so a reason for that murder. It
Uh,
sounds like It sounds like military, like officer school, or like like special forces training, where it's like, you may die, not on purpose, but you.
yeah,
Maybe.
it's factual. There are some dangerous things. I believe you guys went up against an earth golem at one point, which very well could have resulted in someone getting crushed if they were not like working the right way, behaving the right way. A good reason? We don't have to talk about that. But thank you all for coming. Next week, our next the next thing in our lineup for Twitch scheduling. Daisha, would you like to talk about that on Monday?
Oh my gosh, that is this Monday. Okay, so on Monday, I am going to do a demo night because everyone else is leaving me to have a good time. So I'm gonna do a whole bunch of indie game horror demos, as many as I can fit into like a 3-hour time span. So I hope you all join and watch me probably cry because some of them have already scared me just from the preview.
Oh my.
Yay! Horror incarnate. Ooh. Did we? Ooh. One moment as
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I see some oddities occurring. Okay. Oh, ha, ha. Hey.
No.
Hey. I see we're still streaming. It still says we're streaming.
Hey.
That
It's
was it.
frozen on my end.
It's also
I'm
frozen.
seeing
on
it
my
like
end.
break up a little bit.
Oh no.
I
Yeah,
looked it up.
yeah.
It is frozen.
it is frozen. I'm
Um,
just slapping my face.
Cool.
Oh, no.
So,
As
Wait,
we
no, it's
wait a
moving.
moment.
Oh, that's why you
It's
were slapping
jumping.
your face.
It's going in slow mo.
I was wondering.
it decided when we're done.
Yeah, I guess we have reached the end of our stream.
Oh, it's no. We're good. We're good. It's back. It's back.
We're back?
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I'm checking.
Yeah.
Okay, no, yeah. Okay, hi. So
Well,
And
we froze
oh, no.
a little bit.
Yeah.
oh my god. We're gonna get in and out quick. So on Monday, we have some horror gaming with Daisha. They're going to be going through some demos of games that are going to be coming up. Goodness gracious. On the 22nd, we're going to have a game of Darkness Comes. One of our other games that are coming out soon, where our wonderful players will be playing as demons during the end times as they try to prevent the apocalypse from happening. I hope to see you all there. Please come and check out our Twitch and Discord pages. as well as please try to take a chance to hopefully get out and subscribe. I need to uh, let me actually be responsible, and let's drop our actual teaser page. That would be nice, right?
If you want to play with us, you can come volunteer in the Discord. We're always harvesting new souls. I mean, willing volunteers.
We are always looking for more players, and I'm looking to get basically more another campaign started up soon. Most likely Survivor Sorority campaign, and then leaving one last slot open for one shot, so that way those of us who can't always get a chance to
Oh no.
play consistently still get a chance to play every so often. Yeah. And the one last thing before I leave you all off is I want to make sure that you guys have a chance to check out...
Follow the Fatebound project.
Yes.
Right? Yes.
As I frantically tried to post the link in chat. Behold. Here is our call to action. This is our teaser page for Fatebound. Fatebound is going to be, the campaign start is in about 60 days, as it is. Yep, 60 days on the dot. And basically in the upcoming weeks, you'll get to see more of this campaign, more teasers. If you follow now, you're actually going to get access to 3 of our basically failure tables as well as magic tables. Lots of fun things in there. They're very pretty. Daisha put them together, and they're just wonderful. So once again, thank you all for coming. Thank you for listening to the beginning of this Witch's Tale. And we hope to see you in 2 weeks' time for session 1 of Embracing Fate. Thank you all for coming, and have a good night. And everyone give the little waves. Little waves, everyone.
Spirit fingers. Sorry, no him.
My fingers.
Oh my god, as my OBS once again. Let me see if my OBS... My OBS...